Apart from local and global variable, if there is something which you can access during the programming of C language inside a method, those are the formal parameters. As we have already discussed while working with the methods, like by the time we are defining a method, the parameters or the arguments which we pass are the formal parameters. So the scope of formal parameter is again like local variable is within the method only. As here you see max method, which we have already discussed while working with methods. Int a, int b is nothing but the formal parameters, and if you want to access this a and b outside of it, you will not be able to do that. Alright, here in this example what we can see is we have a local variable a, we have the global variable a, and we have the formal parameter a. So let's see how the value will be traversing, and inside this particular method we have a copy of a which will take this local variable, right? Because out of the local and global, this is more specific to for the main method. So when you will say a, it will not carry the value of this global variable, rather it will take the value of this a, which is 30. Now this value of a will be copied to this formal argument a, and similarly the same case will be with b also. Now by the time you are working with this particular expression a is greater than b, again inside this method we have a parameter named a. So for max, this a formal parameter is more specific, more closer. So again when you will say a, it will not consider this external, means global definition of a, but the local copy will be considered. But if in case you have another method in this same program inside which you don't have any local variable or formal argument with the name a, then that particular method will be using this global variable a with the value 500. So this is how you can differentiate between the accessibility and scope of the local variable, global variable, and formal arguments. For the formal parameters, again you can consider the same example where in the sum method I have defined these two parameters, that is int x and int y. So like local variables, the scope of these formal parameters will also be till this function only, since it is the part of your method definition. As soon as after the execution, when your method will be popped out from the call stack, these will no longer be there in the memory. So just the way to declare these formal parameters is different from the local variables, but internally the existence and the scope of these members will also be very similar to that of local variables. And if you'll try to access these x and y outside this sum, you will not be able to do that.